Welcome.
What's up, SLACers? Welcome back. Episode 57, Say Like a Champ podcast. It's your boy, Strizzy.
It's your boy, A-Dub. Yeah, we back, man. It was a big weekend in sports.
Oh, man, huge. A ton of stuff that happened. Something that me and you both wanted to happen by the end of the weekend happened. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the podcast. So that was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, we just can't get away from each other. You know what I'm saying? It's always me and you no matter what we do. So,
right.
Yeah, so I don't know. You got anything to say before we start? Oh, one thing real quick. If you guys are on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Also on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We even have a TikTok now at Say Like a Champ podcast. So if you guys are on any one of those platforms watching me stream on TikTok now, check us out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Because as always, we're trying to blow up. So help us get there. We can't do it without you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I second that as always. We definitely appreciate it. And the more engagement we get, the more likes, comments, things like that, the more visible we'll be on those platforms. So, yeah, we appreciate it. And we always do interact with people as they make comments. So, yeah, make sure you do that. With that being said, though, I'm going to go ahead and get this intro popping.
Let's get it.
All right. And we back. What it do? What it do? Say Like a Champ, episode 57, coming to you live. Welcome. Brother Eric, shalom. It's good to see you, brother. Welcome back, everybody in. Man, Strizzy, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good. Kind of slow day today. Didn't really get too much done. Just work like always, but ready to get the show started. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look forward to on Tuesdays, baby.
Absolutely. Well, first things first, then let's bring in the lovely Myra May San Diego. What's good?
What up, SLACers?
What's up?
How's it? Everything's cool over here, I think, just, settling in. I've been watching some of the MLB playoffs. We'll talk about that, but
yeah,
that's exciting.
A whole lot of playoffs going on right now.
Yeah. They're coming fast and furious with these short series too, so
absolutely.
So yeah, with that being said, I guess we'll just go ahead and get. Oh wait, one thing we do have to mention: Marcus, the super producer, Mad Marcus. He is running a little bit late. He's probably going to join us soon, but as we know, he's a very busy man. Absolutely. He always has many pots on the stove. So
for sure, we're definitely not his only thing that he helps people out with. So we appreciate him for that, and he'll be in just a few.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and get into our first topic here. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
All right, NFL Talk. Let's see. Week 3 was another crazy week in the NFL. I would have to say so. I want to start off, I guess, with our Slac pick'em results. My boy Anthony Walls let Me get 2. He won for the second time, so he won week 1 and he won week 3. He won week 3 with an 11-5 record.
I know. So I was right behind him.
Big shout out to him. He's racking up the prizes already, so we'll see what that next prize is going to be for him. But I did okay. I think I was 9-7 or 10-6. I'm not sure. No, I think I was 9. So I don't know. Strizzy, you said you were right behind him.
Yeah, I was one game behind him. I think he picked the Chiefs to win the game, and I picked the Ravens. Yeah, so right. I think we were tied until the end of the game, something like that.
Brother Eric says he doesn't even want to talk about it. Yeah, I got ahead of myself.
we talked about that though, like this week, like it was either going to be like 8-8 or like 12-4. Like it was bound to go one way or the other. The thing that threw me for a loop on our pick'em was the damn tie. Like we get no points.
Yeah, no point for that one.
What the hell?
The ties are so wild. Welcome, Lindsey Jones here from Strizzy.
Hey, thanks for coming through. I really appreciate you from joining.
Yeah.
Please feel free to, what I'm saying, we talk about something that you like and want to engage in. Please feel free to comment. We will definitely touch up on it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to get right in this pick'em league for sure. But Anthony has a big lead now because he's won 2 weeks already. So he's out there. But it's gonna be a long season. So
but on weeks though, we're pretty close. I think we're like 1 game apart.
Yeah, for us hosts, I think we're all pretty close. So
yeah, I think I'm in second right now, tied with Trevor. And then I think Mario, you're like 1 game below me and Trevor. And then I think A-Dub, you're like right after that. And then I want to say Marcus is like 2 games or so underneath you or something like that. So yeah, we're all pretty damn close, that's for sure.
But Anthony is quite ahead of us by 3. He's 35-12 right now on the season.
Yeah.
35-12. Strizzy and Trev are 32-15.
Well, here comes Myrmidons. Here comes Myrmidons, Anthony Wesson, another AW. We have 3 AWs in our league, which is crazy.
It's true.
But where is Myrmidons? And I hope I'm saying that right, Anthony.
He's right behind me in 5th with 31-16. We're both tied with 31-16.
Yeah, okay. So it's gonna be a race. It's definitely gonna be a race, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of football to play. A lot of football to play,
hopefully. That's another thing I did want to talk about. Today the Titans had their little miniature outbreak. 3 players it was and a handful of staff people.
5 staff members.
5 staff. So Anthony West, he says my son's name is Alexander, another AW. Wow. So we got him everywhere, you know what I'm saying, all over. That's crazy. Shout out to him for sure. So but yeah, it's the Titans, they're going ahead and close their facilities. Also the Minnesota Vikings, since they just played the Titans. Yep. The Minnesota Vikings did have 0 cases reported, so that's good on that front. But both facilities are going to be closed until the weekend. So I don't know if they're just not going to practice, but the NFL is saying they're going to move forward with the games. So
For sure. And I think that's okay. You know what I mean? Like they're testing everybody. So three out of their 53-man roster tested. I think they're testing every 2 days, something like that, or maybe more than that, every 4 days, something like that. So, it's kind of cool that they can figure this out, that those players, those amount of staff members ended up, testing positive, and hoping, no more within the next test. So smart on them to shut down the facility. The Minnesota Vikings also shut down their practice facilities as well. So smart on their part. But I think they're doing a pretty good job with this, honestly, considering, like we had talked about, there's so many more players and staff members in the NFL than there are NBA, and some of these stadiums are allowing fans to come in. So
and they're not in a bubble when they go back, the
of course,
they're not isolated. For
sure. So actually, I think the NFL is doing a pretty good job. We're heading into week 4, and hopefully they'll be able to continue to maintain as much as they've been able to maintain.
Yeah.
My only question is that, because of trace contact, and because it takes like a few days to develop and symptoms to come on in the onset, just how does that affect like all other teams? Like I know they're doing that constant testing, but I kind of feel like it'll be a domino effect. Like once a couple people get it and now that team plays somebody else, then a couple more people are going to get it. So it's going to be interesting, just like you all mentioned a while ago. Hopefully we have a lot more football.
Yeah. The good thing is – go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, no, I think you're right, though, about, how it could expand quickly, but hopefully we'll see that in the next couple of days, and they'll be testing up until the weekend. So if everything goes smooth, hopefully up until till Sunday's game, then we should be good to go. And the NFL, by all means, says they want to go forward. So
for sure. And even to touch back on that point too, the good thing with the NFL is they're not meeting each other day in, day out. They don't see each other again for like 5 days at the minimum. You know what I mean? So if they play Sunday, they don't see each other until Thursday. If they're not playing on Thursday, they see each other next Sunday. So that's also another pretty good way in how they're able to control it, as they're not seeing each other, the next day, you know what I'm saying? So they have time to get cleaning staff in there, clean everything up, wipe everything down. And then the players and staff who do catch it are able to exclude themselves away from everybody else.
Clear out.
Clear out to keep everybody else around them safe. So that's kind of one of the benefits to playing football, to football, trying to control COVID.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. So any games you guys wanted to talk about from the weekend? Any big things?
How impressive does Josh Allen look?
He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I still saw some traces of him from the playoffs last year at the end of that game, honestly. And their defense is just surprisingly like not getting stops. Like they let Miami into the game last week too. So he did come through after that kind of interesting or like so call. They did come through and get the win, but that was a great game actually. Yeah, Bills Rams. What's good? What's good?
No shirt gang.
No shirt gang.
Yeah, the Bills was really a good game. Like I said, Josh Allen to me does look impressive. Of course, there's still work to be done. We're in week 3, but if he was this impressive at week 3, I hope they continue to move on. And the Bills are undefeated still, so that's another thing.
Bye. Later, brother.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Exactly. He know what it is. But I completely agree. It's kind of weird. The Bills this time are kind of hanging their hats on offense this year compared to defense last year. I honestly, it's crazy. I knew that Stephon Diggs was going to be a big acquisition for them offensively. I didn't know he was going to be this big, this fast. He's been huge weeks 1 through 3, like crazy for them. He scored 2 touchdowns back to back. Both of them got called back in the first quarter, I think it was, and then finally was able to score his third one, finally getting it to stay. You know what I mean, to not get overturned. Some questionable calls in that game as well. I didn't like the interception where the Bills, I think, tight end caught it on the ground and fell to the ground first with the ball, and then it was stripped, and then they called it an interception. Right. Wasn't a big fan of that. And then obviously the controversial, I think, it was offensive pass interference call late in the game as well for against the Rams. That was not to me. You know what I mean? But still, Josh Allen has looked really good. We've kind of hyped him up. We know the third year as a quarterback coming in is a really big year for you. It kind of sets the stage of whether or not, like, are we going to continue to move forward with you, or do we need to look for somebody else in the offseason in the draft next season? So I think he's doing really well. He's throwing the ball downfield. He finally has some receivers who he can do that with. And I think they'll continue to grow. Beating the Rams is a really big step for them, because the Rams are a really good football team. They're sitting at 2-1, and they almost came back and stole it from them. So shout out to the Bills, man. They're picking up from where they left off last season. You know what I mean? Right.
And if that defense can get to where they were,
definitely.
Another close game that I really enjoyed was the Titans-Vikings game. That one ended 31-30. That was a really good matchup.
Another crazy comeback, yeah. And this is one of those where, we talked about, not expecting the Vikings to go down 0-3 and how that important that was. To see them blow it at the end was kind of surprising like that, and especially at home. So
definitely. They have, like, it's funny. They look good. They just can't close these games out. You know what I mean? I'm seeing barely lost to the Packers, barely lost this last weekend, and they got to get it together and finish these games out. They're not playing bad. I mean, Dalvin Cook had 22 rushes for 185 rushing yards. Obviously, like one of his best rushing games he's had to date.
The rookie had the big plays too.
Oh, he's a monster. I know he killed it. So they're doing things well. They're just not finishing these games out. But let's not take away from what Tennessee Titans are doing. They're a really good football team as well.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and talk about that Panthers game too.
For sure. Y'all want to go and I'll end it, or what y'all want to do?
Well, I'll just set the stage. I mean, Panthers went to the Chargers, played them at the new stadium, and won 21-16. It was a good game. Most of what the Panthers did was in the first half. The Chargers kind of made a comeback, but the Panthers did their thing, and they got their first rule victory. So
for sure. I was actually happy finally what I saw on defense. We're actually able to get to the quarterback for once. Make him, the rookie threw, I think, a couple picks, got sacked a couple of times. It was just, again, for me, offensively is what we need to really start getting things moving. we had a lot of turnovers. We had the ball multiple times, I think 3 times we turned the ball over in their territory, and we're only able to turn them into field goals, which is cool as points on the board. But you know what I mean? Like I just, you know, we're harder on our teams than anybody else. You know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like, if we're really gonna get going, we gotta get our offense and our defense going. And I still need to see Teddy Bridgewater to be able to throw the ball longer than 12 yards accurately. He's still throwing balls consistently behind the receivers and making it really difficult for our receivers to either catch the ball or they're getting lit up. So you know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like, man, you gotta get the ball to our receivers, man. They're quick, they're fast. So I don't know if it's more time. You know what I mean? Didn't have enough time to throw with them in the offseason, with COVID and stuff like that. But hopefully we can kind of pick it up. But I was definitely happy to get a W and not go down 0-3. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Myra, you got any other ones you want to mention? I mean, I did want to talk about the Cowboys a little bit.
Definitely talk about the Cowboys. One that did take me by surprise was the Cardinals, guys. I didn't expect the Cardinals to take an L to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Me, I thought that was going to be a high-scoring game, and, maybe last, person with it wins. But I did expect the Cardinals to win for sure. Lions held their own. They got Galladay back. I think that helped. So
yeah, so did I. I know last week we did talk about the Cardinals and how, we see them as much improved, of course, from last year. You put that up on our Slack page today. Like, are they really contenders? And I just put a poll on my page, and 100% of my people said yes. Like, the Cardinals are somebody that is legit contenders this year. So hopefully, sometimes you got to take a L sometimes to kind of dust yourself off and realize how to adjust your game plan. So hopefully that's what happens for them. I didn't expect the L to happen, especially not to the Lions. So hopefully, this lights a fire underneath them.
Yeah, absolutely. Angela Poet said, keep pounding. You know what it is. Absolutely. And then me and Anthony Weston, we actually had a really good conversation today, too. Those are games that they can't lose, though. Those are games that they're going to be playing the NFC North all year this year. They already beat the 49ers again game 1 this year, so that's huge for the division. But as we know, in my opinion, the NFC West is the toughest division this year. As it looks right now, you know what I mean, with the Seahawks at 3-0 and then everybody else at 2-1. So those are games that they can't lose because those are the games that are outside of the division that could be the tiebreaker. Yeah, be the tiebreaker whether or not they get into the playoffs or not. So you got to win the division, but you definitely got to win those ones outside of it too. Kind of stunk because Kyler Murray, I think, had 2 interceptions. He got a fumble as well, something like that. So the turnovers really, really cost them. I don't think that the better team won in that one. I just think a lot of mistakes really cost them this game. So hopefully they're able to bounce back. But yes, Anthony once just mentioned it. They can't lose that game. Those are the games that they just can't lose. And hopefully they're able to bounce back next week and get back into it because the 49ers without – they're missing defensive players on the defensive line, and
after the team.
Yeah, and they still won this week too. So that division is going to be so close, man. It's going to be so ridiculously close, not even funny. So those are games that they just can't lose.
No, I agree. They got to shake those. Those are those like losing mentality type of games that if you want to convert and you want to make that switch, you gotta win those games.
Yeah.
The 49ers did beat down the Giants 36-9 in that game, even though they were missing like a lot, like 10 different starters or something like that.
Something crazy, yeah.
Unfortunately, the Giants are trash, and this is going to be a rough year for them.
Yeah, that does kind of let you know what you need to know there. Also, since we're mentioning the Giants, let's go ahead and mention the Eagles. Bengals tied. So Joe Burrow didn't get his first victory like we thought he might. Instead, he gets his first tie, which is something that some people never get. So, okay, cool.
I'm rooting for him, man. I'm hoping they're getting it. I think AJ Green is slowly coming on, but he's still not there yet. It just doesn't look like it yet.
Super rusty, but that is basically the only good news for the Cowboys, who did lose to the Seahawks 38-31. That's the only good news really right now, is that they're still they're still in their division. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can still win their division if they win their division games. That was a rough game. There was a couple missed extra points. One might have been blocked. One was just a miss. That, I think, really changes the complexion of the game down the stretch. They started going for 2. They started doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
The defense got torched multiple times, and especially we were kind of noticing, like, on play action, they're really just getting fooled by play action. And Russell Wilson, we know he's been cooking all year, so we kind of expected this. But the Cowboys are basically a miracle onside kick away from being 0-3, which is crazy.
Dude, I know, man. Like, it's funny, you know. You guys are obviously the Cowboys fans, and it's like I like rooting for them because I just feel like they have this they have this great team, dude. I don't know why it can't come together. You know, I don't know. Maybe they just need a little bit more time with the playbook or whatever. But you know, I mean, hopefully they can get it together. We know defense is a little iffy right now, and I think you guys are hoping to get Earl Thomas, but look, he might actually go to the Texans. He might sign with the Texans.
Apparently he did a physical and did a workout, but then they are not they're not going to come to terms, I guess.
Gotcha, yeah. But
so he's still out there, but I think there's something really going on with Earl Thomas because I don't know what the deal is. A player like him doesn't have a job. It's interesting.
Seriously, especially with like this far into it. He was released weeks ago. So, but the good thing is, like Anthony said, fortunately for them, they're in the NFC East right now. The only thing that stinks is the Cowboys got to start winning games because they do not want to end up getting out because of that tie. You know what I mean? A tie is better than a loss. So, you know what I mean? So that's you know, one thing we don't want to do because they ended pretty much neck and neck last year, and they got in because they had the better division. I think the better division.
Oh yeah, they beat us in that last game. Yeah,
exactly. So exactly. So yeah, Eagles got to falter or something. You know, we got to see what's going on. But yeah,
right.
Shout out to your boys though.
You know, it's you got to kind of find the silver lining in the game with the Cowboys. Like the fact that they hung on with Russell Wilson kind of gave me some hope. Kind of.
But the Seahawks defense is trash too, right? They're so horrible.
But yeah, you know, it's things that we've talked about since the beginning of this season. Is like we knew our defense is trash, and like, God, like what do we do back there? Like we definitely need some help. This whole Earl Thomas thing, like, sounds great, but if he goes somewhere else, like we're still stuck up shit creek without a paddle. Like what the hell? On defense.
I thought the defense was going to be better this year, to be honest. Like I thought they were going to be better.
Yeah. You know, they made several movements over the offseason, and I really thought the defense was going to be better, but I'm like, what is it? Like, is it like player personnel? Is it like our coaching? Like what is it? We just can never get it together on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a mixture of everything, but our secondary was going to be the weak point of our defense, and then they're starting to get hurt too. So, that's bad. And then kind of like Anthony Weston said, they're built to play with the lead.
Definitely.
That does help when we have that. But when we're chasing from behind, it's tough. I don't know what the deal is, though, but they're going to have to get it together. They're going to have to do something. Cleveland comes in next week, so that's an interesting matchup.
I know, it's definitely because the Browns are looking like they're starting to look a little bit better than they were definitely last year. They finally got a better a positive record for once. But did you guys end up keeping your defensive coordinator? I know you kept Kellen Moore.
They got Mike Nolan. They hired Mike Nolan, who he was out of football for a couple of years, but he has been a head coach in the past, and he's supposedly know what's going on. So, but last year they said our defense was too simple because our boy that I liked, he ran the same thing over and over. Mm-hmm. Now they're saying it's too complex. This dude's trying to do too many different schemes and stuff, and they can't keep up. So I'm like, hopefully they can find a middle ground and at least play decent. Right. If they hold a team to under 30 points, our offense should be able to keep us in the game and maybe win the game. So
100%.
We'll see.
For reals. Y'all are built to score 30 every game too. So
yeah. Again, for me this week, CeeDee Lamb looks great, man. For being a rookie, like CeeDee Lamb looks great. I'm excited to see what he does. But at the end of the day, like football is not a one-player game. And the same thing with the other receivers. What's our boy's name? Had a great game.
Gallup. Wilson, yeah.
And Gallup, too.
No, Wilson had a huge game, though. He was killing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they can't do it individually. Like, if your offense is firing, that's great. But if your defense is sucking and getting torched, like, it has to be that balance. So, man, I just want them to get it together.
Another thing I will say is the offensive line is terrible now.
They're struggling, bro.
It's patchwork. It's strung together. Yeah. At halftime, they had to make a change, and they had to move Martin, who's like our all-pro right guard, to right tackle. So that's one thing where I'm like, well, I'm kind of encouraged that the offense is still putting up all these yards with a bad offensive line. So
right. I think we got to get Zeke involved a little bit more too. I think
this game it just went off the tracks for him, kind of. You know?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm with you now, dude. I honestly, I mean, CeeDee Lamb's still a rookie. He looks great. He's gonna be big for years to come. But I think Gallup's your best receiver. I don't even think it's
Cooper anymore.
Cooper. Yeah, I don't. I think Gallup's your best receiver, man. He's a beast, dude.
He is, but the thing is, he's really a beast when he's on the. You know, they'll split him to the other side by himself.
Yeah,
and they'll put Cooper and Gallup. I mean, they'll put Cooper and Lamb on the other side in the slot and together. When Gallup has the whole side of the field to himself and he's just on the one-on-one, he is legit. He's a beast, but he needs those guys on the other side to take that attention.
Right.
So he's still a beast, though. He is our most like monstrous, like just go up and get the ball type receiver for sure.
For sure. I love his consistency this year. He's been really good this year for you guys, I think. So hold on. Yeah, hopefully they can hopefully they figure it out. Like you said, man, like there's still time. We're only going into week 4, but let's get it together quick. You know what I'm saying?
All right, last week
together because we don't want to be 8-8.
Well, I mean, it's looking like that. I mean, so far though, at times I really have to say, at times I was watching, I'm like, this is the same team with just no clapping. Like it's just the same team as last year. It seems like not much has changed yet. So we're watching closely.
McCarthy had a hell of an interview, I guess. He came in, had this thick-ass offensive playbook. It was like, this is me right now. I'm coming in with all the heat.
Apparently, all he did was tell Jerry, remember when I won a Super Bowl in your facility? Like, I think that was the biggest selling point. That he had won a Super Bowl and it just happened to be in Dallas at Jerry Bowl.
JJ was like, you're right. Yo, hire this man.
Yeah, get it done. I've seen it.
Get this man a check.
Last game I wanted to talk about was the Chiefs-Ravens.
That's what I was going to say. We can't – Anthony West is in the house. Also, Brother Eric is the Ravens fan, so we definitely got to touch on that game. Go ahead, take it away for that one.
Chiefs-Ravens. I really thought it was going to be the other way around. I really thought Lamar Jackson was going to light up Kansas City's defense, considering Kansas City's defense has not been one of their strong points. But on the opposing side, good God, did Patrick Mahomes light up the Ravens defense. They stop them.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Weston says, so we're going to put this debate about the best quarterback in the NFL to bed. So that was kind of a timely comment there.
Is there ever a debate? I like Lamar Jackson, but Mahomes is that dude. I really like Lamar Jackson, but Mahomes is on just another level. Like he built different.
I like Lamar Jackson too, and Lamar Jackson is one of my fantasy football team quarterbacks. And the reason I decided to pick him is because not only are you getting passing yards, but you're also going to get rushing yards. So that was my tactic with Lamar Jackson, which definitely on Patrick Mahomes is the same kind of quarterback, you know. But Mahomes is built different. Like he just got that $500 million. Like he deserves it. He deserves it. You cannot look at this game and say this man did not put up numbers. And I really I love how Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson have like that mutual respect with each other. You know, even afterwards, Lamar Jackson, you know, they asked him about the games and he says, you know, like the Kansas City Chiefs just seem to be our kryptonite. And it's the truth. It's like that they can never get it done against Kansas City. I'd rather them not get it done in week 3 than in the playoffs. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, both of these guys are great. The NFL is in great hands with amazing young quarterbacks. So I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I'll say really quick before you go is just that I love Lamar Jackson. Kansas City was ready though for this moment, and they've obviously been in those big moments. And I don't really like though him saying that they're the kryptonite, because it's like you can't start to believe that in your head, like that you can't beat this team because you're gonna see them again. And I'm not trying to take it too seriously, but I'm just saying I don't like that type of stuff. Don't be saying stuff like that. No.
And I don't even think it was that. It was to me, it was like mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they got us.
That's strong. That took down Superman.
That's a weakness. That's a weakness.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go in on the Ravens a little bit because you know that's my favorite team. So
y'all read way too far into the context of kryptonite.
I read comic books. I know how strong kryptonite is.
I know how strong Superman is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go in a little bit. Eric, as a Ravens fan, I want you to kind of let me know how you feel about what I'm about to say about the Ravens right now and, Lamar Jackson, all that fun stuff. Because as you guys know, the Ravens are my second favorite team. I'm a huge Ed Reed fan. Well, I'm kind of back in the day a little bit.
That's your AFC squad.
Yeah, exactly. That's my AFC squad. So couple of things. Number one, one of the things where I'm real empathetic about Lamar Jackson is because I watched camp for so many years without any real receiver help. They need to get this man some help. He doesn't have any. You know what I mean? They have a 3 running back rotation, which doesn't allow any of them to get any type of momentum going. They literally took Andrews out of the game. Like, he was like nowhere to be found all game. They took him out completely. And that's all they had.
One in the end zone and he dropped it.
Exactly. But I'm saying, but even then, he had to like go up. It was a tough catch.
True.
It hit his hand, so he should have caught it. But like, he was pretty much non-existent. Brown.
If you touch it, you could catch it.
Absolutely. I completely, as a receiver, I completely agree with that. Marquise Brown, same thing. He's supposed to be the number 1 receiver, but he's still so young. He didn't even come in have anyone to really learn from. You know what I mean? Like, and Willie Snead is not that guy. He is not a real receiver, in my opinion. He's more of a blocking receiver for them. They just don't have any help for Lamar Jackson, which means he has to do so much with his legs. And as much as I like him passing, he's not gonna. They're built to put the lead too, just like the Cowboys. They're built to play the lead. They're not built right now to play from behind. I think that's what's really killing them. He said, "You are speaking facts. Our deep." Yeah, exactly. So, and defense, same thing. They're supposed to be known for their defense, and they got embarrassed last night. It was horrible. They got picked apart.
Peters was looking like his old self at the Rams.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. So, big time. And for me, it's just that they got to give Lamar Jackson some help at the receiver side of the ball, and they just continue to not do so. In the drafts, I think they continue to make a lot of different mistakes. They don't go after receivers in the offseason, which are veterans. What's going on, Marcus?
What it do?
And on top of that, too, there's one thing that really, really bothered me about Lamar Jackson, not only going back to the whole kryptonite comment, because, one, it is mental. And if you continue to think like that, they're going to continue to beat you every single time. Lamar Jackson has lost 4 times in the regular season, and 3 of those losses are to the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's crazy. You know what I mean? You got to be better than that. You can't think that way, period. And on top of that, too, I want to see more fire from Lamar Jackson. I don't want to see him get into the same habits that Flacco had, as in just no emotion at all whatsoever. You're down. You need to be able to fire yourself up, fire your team up, and he's just not doing it. Every time you look over at the sidelines, he's got this calm demeanor, how he's just kind of sitting there, and it seems as if he's ready to lose. You know what I mean? And at that point in time, like, you got to stop that, dude. Like, you see Patrick Mahomes, he's fired up whether they're winning, and when they're losing, he's even more so fired up. He's going in to beat you regardless of how if he's down 25, he's coming back for you, period. And I think if he wants to be in the conversations with the Patrick Mahomes and the Russell Wilsons of the league, even the Tom Brady and stuff, because Tom Brady's fiery too, you got to fire it up, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see it. You're too good for that. Let's find a way to get your teammates more involved in the offensive side, because that's how you guys are going to win your games.
For me, another thing that we definitely have to touch on is Andy Reid, man. Like, Andy Reid has done such a great job with the coaching scheme with Kansas City. So the fact that he was able to put that together and tear their defense apart, I mean, that also goes hand in hand, player personnel with your coaching scheme. So got to give it to him.
Andy Reid's a beast.
Agreed.
All right, well, let's welcome our brother, Mr. Matt Marcus, to the show, though. How are you feeling today?
Chilling. Sorry I'm late, man.
All right, good, brother.
I'm days.
We know you're always running. So we appreciate you being here with us. We're just basically wrapping up NFL talk. Is there anything you want to mention or speak on?
Just one thing. I think I was really on Russell Wilson, him being the MVP this year, but watching Patrick Mahomes, like, he is special. Like, he's really good. Like, I don't know, man. To me, he's the best quarterback in the league. And the way he's going, if he keep going like he's going to be one of the best ever. I think it's going to be kind of hard to be the best ever, because I think Tom Brady, what he did with the Super Bowls and all that, it's going to be kind of hard with that. But as a all-around quarterback, if he play like this, I think he's going to be the best quarterback, man. So it's just watching him yesterday, it was just like special like that. Look how he's playing. Like, he's playing so good, So it's just good. Like I heard a little bit what Trizzy was saying about Lamar Jackson, about pumping his team up and everything. I just think with that, I think some of that would have to do with coaching. I think they should have been prepared for like if you down, what we gonna do? You know, I don't think it was prepared for it. It was all about him just pretty much trying to run and everything. He has to get his passing game has to get better. It's impossible. He has to get better because he has all those tight ends. He has nice receivers. And to me, he got to get more involved with that, not always depending on the run. Because when he's down, he's going first thing he's thinking, I'm gonna run. Exactly. Like, you can't do that. You gotta you gotta give your guys a shot at a chance too. So I think it's coaching, calling plays. They gotta do a better job on that. But he's gonna be great. He's 23 years old. He's gonna be there. But
agreed.
Overall, but Patrick Mahomes to me is he's not on his level right now. I don't think so.
Agreed.
I think Mahomes, like I said, Mahomes is that guy right now. I'm just a big fan.
It's funny you said that about, comparing him to Tom a little bit. I think Patrick Mahomes, honestly, right now, if he keeps it up, I think he does go down as the best ever. He might not be the most successful, you know what I mean, as Tom Brady's nine trips, 6 rings, you know what I mean? He might not be as successful as Tom and get 6 rings, but I just think the deep ball accuracy, the crazy no-look passes, as far as the position at quarterback, you're right, Marcus. He might go down as the best ever, man. Dude is phenomenal, and he's, in my opinion, technically only year 3. That first year didn't really count for me.
Yeah, don't count.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking too. You remember, like, was it last year when he got hurt? Like, we forgot about him real quick.
So fast.
It's like, man, and he let us know, and he got ranked number 4. He like let people know. I love that when people you dog somebody and they come back at you. Like we think, oh, they ain't looking at that. Oh, they watching. Players watch that kind of stuff. So you rank them number 4. That's okay. I got you. So I think I'd give him a little more boost of him doing, but I just thought the Ravens gonna give him a little bit more defense. Like it was just like easy for him. So that team, like the Chargers, gave him a hard time, but the Ravens, it seemed easy. So it was just kind of weird. I guess the matchup division, but it was just kind of weird. But I just love it though. Football is here, man.
Yeah. Anthony has mentioned that he had noticed the Ravens went away from the run early, which is something that they don't normally do. Even when they're down, they don't go away from the run. And kind of like I mentioned earlier, it has to do with that 3 running back rotation. They got to figure out who they want to go with 1 and 2. Yeah. They're getting too many running backs involved, and that includes Jackson. So that's really 4 people running the ball consistently, and no one
rhythm.
Exactly. No one gets a chance to get into a rhythm. So
yeah,
they got to figure that out.
A little side note out of the whole sports world, Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend announced today that they got a baby Mahomes on the way.
Oh, that's good stuff there.
Yeah, and that's a baby coming too. So
that's great. That's good stuff.
A little detour on the wedding because they got a little bun in the oven.
Well, they're not married?
Not yet.
Oh, I thought he married her last year. I don't know. I thought I seen a wedding picture or something. My bad.
He got engaged to her as soon as
that's probably what it was.
He got engaged to her as soon as he signed this deal, and the baby's on the way.
It's cool. They gonna marry. It's whatever. It's 2020. Let's get it, man.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up NFL talk, though. We will be back for our pick show. Is Thursday work for everybody?
Yes,
sir.
Good. All right. We're gonna aim for that then. So we'll be back Thursday to make our Week 4 NFL picks, and with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next topic. We've been waiting for this one too.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
This is what we were waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for a long time. I've been waiting for a long time. But this guy, he saw it coming too. Was kind of a little surprise, but here it is: the Lakers versus the Heat in the NBA Finals. Man, A-Dub's team versus Strizzy's team.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
so good, man.
We did give Trizzy a hard time like last year. You know, he kept on talking about his Heat. Feel like, man, stop it. To my Eric Coach, the great coach, stop it, man.
Right.
But hey, man, he was on his team. He called it. So hey.
You might have to go back and look up, like, say, like a champ episode.
Yeah, we gotta go back and look because he was on him hard. He was like, "Hey, but that's my thing." You know what I'm saying? Exposure, but now exposure might be. Hey, man, I gotta give it to him because I said he had LeBron and everything. He had Dwayne Wade or whatever, but what he's doing, you gotta give him props. So Triz usually right on that.
Yeah, I remember when and it's funny you brought that up because remember when I said that even when we had lost the big three and man, I got to think about it, but when we were still kind of getting back and forth into the playoffs with like nobody, like Dragic was our best player and he was injured so often. We were still finding ways to get in. We were winning like 43, 44 games or whatever. And I get it's in the East, but like I said, man, without our big three, Spo was still doing it. So I've always been big on Spo. To me, he's the only coach who ever really got on LeBron James as far as like, look, like I get it, you're the best you're the best ever, but I need you to get in the post. You know what I mean? And that's what really got LeBron started getting into his post game or whatever, and that's how we got our first ring when we failed to get it the first year against the Mavs. So I got hella love for Spo. He does so much with so little sometimes. Our team's super young, but man, we're built for a long time. And dude, I love what we did against the Celtics. The Celtics are a really good team. Hats off to them, man. They fought really hard out, dog. There was a couple of games in there where I was just like, you're about to lose this one too. Damn. Like, but then fourth quarter comes around, and that's just when we start really picking stuff up. And as a team as a whole, Tyler Hero, oh man, it's just so built. He's so built for this, man. He's so built for this. He's a bucket. I don't care what the truth says.
Right. He's a hater.
He's such a hater. He's on everybody.
Like, he shouldn't be like that though, man. Like he came from the mud, so he should understand. But I don't know, man. Seriously. He's a hater. He's a LeBron hater too. But yeah, I love it.
So let's cut right to it though. Jimmy said in 4. Who
the Lakers in 4? Or are we talking about?
Apparently, Jimmy Bucket said.
I gotta find that. I don't think Jimmy said something that crazy.
Jimmy gotta say that. That's Jimmy's personality. He has to say that. Do I agree? Do I agree with Jimmy? Are you crazy? I don't think like
no. I'm saying, you think he would say that in 4? Like really in the finals? Like, come on.
To be honest, I didn't even see it. I didn't see it.
I don't know.
I don't think
he's tricking us.
Right. I gotta check that out because I didn't see that. And I've been on Squad for the last couple of days, but I think it's gonna be tough, man. Obviously, the Lakers have the star power and LeBron and AD. Obviously, we've got the shooters, in my opinion. Hopefully our defense plays as well as it's played throughout the playoffs entirely. But LeBron's a genius, man. You know he's been watching us. If he says he hasn't, he's lying. He knows he has. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it'll be a good series. Obviously, I'm going for Squad, so we'll see.
That's definitely what I want to see out of this. I want to see a really good series, back-to-back matchups. I just want it to be fun. Like, I don't want to sweep in the finals, especially how, like, the Eastern Conference Finals was a battle. The Western Conference Finals was a battle. Like, I don't want the ship to be one-sided. Today, so I make little side bets with, like, my kids' basketball coaches because they know I love sports. They'll hit me up and be like, hey, you want to bet on this game? I'm like, absolutely. And so today, like, one of my kids' basketball coaches hit me up, and he's like, you want to run back that 20? Because I just beat him on 20 on the Celtics-Miami series. I was like, yeah, 20? We can run that back. I said, who you got? He said, Miami. I said, bet, I'll take that. So sorry, Strizzy. I'm taking the Lakers on my dub here. So I just want a good game. At the end of the day, like, I really don't care. I just want to see good basketball.
For sure. And we know last time Lakers lost in the finals, not the lost to Celtics, when they lost to the Pistons, and we're very much like the Pistons, so who knows? So I'm hoping for a good one, man. Hope for a good one. I think it goes 6 or 7, if I'm being honest with you. I think it was 6 or 7.
There was that, like, really interesting stat, like, the last time the Lakers won, Kobe played the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, and then played Miami Heat in the championship, and the Lakers won, so that's like crazy stats for it to be like exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, they make for a great show though.
I didn't hear it, Clay. You said the Lakers played the Heat in the championship?
No,
they never played. Yeah, that never happened. They played Dallas, Spurs twice, and OKC those 4 years.
Oh, my bad.
And then Dallas played when Dwayne Wade, Shaq, they played them. So I was just about to say I missed something.
Let me look it up.
Oh yeah. And when Kobe went on his next tour, they beat the Magic and then they beat the Celtics.
Yeah. I was gonna say, looking at LeBron, like LeBron never had that look in his eye. I've been waiting for that look in his eyes his whole career. And that just seeing how he is, it's gonna be very hard for the Celtics to win. Meaning that's the Heat to win is because LeBron focused like that and determined. There's nobody on the Heat gonna control him, so he gonna do his thing. And I think AD and Obayo, I think it's gonna be a good matchup. But I think AD gonna win that matchup because I think he played better defense. So I think I think he have a better chance playing defense against Obayo because I don't think he's really offensive. So I think he win that matchup. That's two matchups that's gonna kind of beat the Heat. But just looking at LeBron, like his focus and how he was sitting down, like he wasn't pleased with that. So that's gonna be a different LeBron I don't think we ever seen before. So we'll see how he if he keep that mindset because when he hit those back to back possession shots, I never seen it before in LeBron, and he looked real focused. Like he said, they ain't beating us. They ain't coming back 3-1. I'm gonna get it over with down. Right. So that LeBron, like if he keeps that going, it's gonna be tough to beat them. So I would say Miami get at least 2 games because it's the finals. But I think LeBron gonna take the whole thing, man. So he looks way different.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I mentioned, like LA just has the star power. Like we're not checking LeBron, we're not checking AD either. So we're gonna have to do this as a team. Like if we're gonna beat the Lakers, we have to do it as a team. We have 4 people averaging 20. So and we're gonna have to maintain that. Dragic's averaging 20, Hero's averaging 20, Crowder's averaging like 17, Bam's averaging like 20, and so is
So they average 20 in the playoffs?
Yes, in the playoffs, they're all. We have 4 people averaging 20, and Crowder's averaging like 17.
So Bucket, he doing 20?
Tyler averaged 20 throughout the playoffs. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
The truth was like, I have no respect unless he got 20 points per game, and his response was like, "Well, I just did that in this last series."
Oh, yeah, he was like, I'm averaging 20 in the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying. We have to do as a team.
If they do that, they got a shot. If they do that, but it's gonna be kind of tough. But if they do that, I give him kind of the edge. But the thing about it is Jimmy has to start early. He can't do like he was doing and starting late. He got to come off the bat.
Man, I said that in the last series. I'm getting tired of seeing Jimmy put 13 in the fourth.
Yeah, well, the Celtics, I don't give the Celtics no respect. I just don't like that team. I'm not a fan of Jason Tatum. I'm not a fan of Jaylen Brown. I think they overhyped. I think Kemba Walker. I think he was overhyped. He better than Kyrie and all that. I didn't like that team. I just don't like the team. I don't like Marcus Smart. I don't like them. So it's just me. So a little emotional with me with that team. I knew they weren't gonna win. Like they're not who we thought they were. So
for sure.
That's not a thing. But I think it's a Laker. I think he's gonna have to come out because you get down, they're not giving that lead back to you. So
and that's the thing too. Like they had mentioned, like I said, we have 4 players averaging 20 points a game. So Jimmy didn't necessarily have to do it in quarters 1 through 3, but in fourth quarter it was winning time, and that was Jimmy time essentially. But I do think you're right when it comes to the Lakers. They're not the Celtics. You know what I mean? So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about this team because I most definitely am. So we'll see, man. And again, just like Denver, the Lakers are so much bigger than we are. We're not a big team, so that's going to be where we're going to struggle to. And we got to keep turnovers to an absolute minimum.
But y'all are best out of the East, hands down. So y'all I'm happy out there. There's nobody else I wanted to see to play Lakers. So
I said that. Remember when I was talking about how we was gonna beat the Bucks? Y'all said I was tripping.
I didn't think. Yeah, I didn't think you was gonna do that. I can't even lie. I can't even lie on that. That was when you beat them. You gonna beat anybody then. So
I was talking to Ada about that too. I was just like, we just need to get through the Bucks. We get through the Bucks, it's a wrap. But,
hey, what you got? You haven't said anything. What you got on this series?
Saving them for the end. That's what it is.
No, honestly, I don't know. I might be tripping, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. Marcus, like you said, LeBron had that different look, and I've been waiting for that. I think I want to see the LeBron when they were down 3-1 against the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one time that I really feel like he activated everything and fired on all cylinders. And it was almost like he kind of had to because Kyrie was too, like, hey, let's do this or not. I'm hoping AD will be like that for him this time and be like, all right, this is what it's like. Okay, then let's do this. And they don't play around at all. And if they do that, I think it's 4-1. I think it's in 5 games. But I do give the Heat credit. I do think Spoelstra's a good coach. I am going to give him his credit, even though I've been hard on him. He will need to scheme. And if this is a good series, it's going to be because of him. It's also going to be, I think, potentially because of Iguodala. He's that X factor. He's the last LeBron stopper that wasn't Kawhi, really. But now, obviously, he's a lot older. But he kind of He ain't probably doing that now, but this is part of the reason why he went to Miami was like to be this kind of guy for this type of moment. So we'll see what works out with that. But I think the Lakers got to do it. I think they got it.
I feel you on that.
I think they have to. And honestly, like, I think they're doing it too.
Kobe too.
I was just trying to say that it makes a great storyline for Kobe. And you know, when they get into the locker room, they end things. You know, it's Mamba on 3 always. That's what it's been throughout the entire playoffs in the bubble. So I'm not gonna, you know, the Lakers are a good team. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, Lakers are gonna win because, you know, rest in peace, Kobe died this year. No, like they're an actually good team. So if they win this series, it'll be because they're a good team. I completely agree that, in my opinion, LeBron's the best player on the planet. In my opinion, he's the person you start off with. If you have a choice to start your franchise with somebody right now, it is still LeBron James, in my opinion. Just because he just makes everybody around him better. Period. He's done it for so many years.
It's his last year to have that ring because that guy coming back next year.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the reason why I think he has to do it this year because of Kobe, and also though because of the fact that he's 4 games away and he knows in year 17 what kind of effort it takes to get here. And this was a short season at that.
Yeah, for real.
Would he be the first?
Another one, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, I gotta get this right now. It's just within grasp.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but will he be the first one that has ring through the rings?
Yeah, first one ever.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It's funny. I don't know if you guys have noticed in the Heat games, but like Iggy hasn't really played at all in the playoffs, and we just started playing against the Celtics from like more than 25 minutes. So we're trying to ramp him up for the Lakers. We already knew it. I'm like, yeah, I was like the last 3 games. I was like, why are we playing Iguodala so much all of a sudden? And he had his best game in Game 6 against the Celtics. So.
And he got that look too. Like y'all know who I am. Like I love that. I like that. Like don't play with me. I've been here. But the thing I think sports should do. This should be the main thing he could do. He had a chance to win. You stop AD. You double team him. You hit him. You foul him. Do all you can and let everybody else beat me. Let everybody else beat me because LeBron, he can do what he can do, but he can't do it by himself. So it's gonna put pressure on Danny Green and those guys that come up and score and Caldwell Pope. But if you stop and do all you can, I don't care. Just all you can. Put the big man off the bench, mess with AD, get in his head and mess with him. Because if he get off, you done. But let LeBron and everybody else try to beat you and see what happens. But that would be my main thing because you don't want AD to get off.
For me, I think Spoelstra is the perfect coach to scheme. The fact that started his career as the video coordinator, he's always watching film. He's definitely the person that's going to study his ass off to put his team in position to come to play against the Lakers. I mean, Strizzy said it himself. The Lakers have the star power. So how do you devise your scheme to knock out the star power? And, you know, like Marcus just mentioned right now, if you find a way to knock out somebody that can help LeBron, he can't do it all by himself. We know LeBron and AD are great, but their key players around them are not so much, you know, like they make the rest of the team great. So if Spoelstra can put that out there and scheme against the Lakers, I really think it's going to be an interesting playoff series. 2 things I wanted to mention to you all is Jimmy Butler and LeBron James are 17-17 when facing each other in their career. That's a fun little stat. And another Lakers will be wearing their Mamba jerseys in Game 3 and, if necessary, in Game 7. So how iconic would it be, like, if they get to a Game 7 to wear the Mamba jersey and just win it? It's all part of the storyline. Like, it's phenomenal. They are a great team, but, you know, how it fits the narrative is absolutely perfect.
Yeah. I think we got to continue. I mean, we're the best 3-point shooting team in the league, so we have to continue that as well. So if we continue that as well, I think that'll definitely help us.
Y'all play team ball too. That's the thing. You can't do it. What I said about supposed to doing against Lakers, you can't do it to the Miami because they got so many people that can go off. So they are a team. So you're gonna have to just overpower and just hope they don't get started. So, but you just hope. I don't think it'll be a big stage though. You know how you talking? The stage too big because the crowd is big. It's different lights. But now it's gonna be you don't have all that. It's gonna be like what you've been doing the whole time you've been there. It's gonna play an advantage.
This is at the park organized ball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know?
But if it was a regular basketball, I think LeBron had an advantage because he's been and done that. He knows, like Rondo, they know it. But this is like we even pretty much like we doing the same thing. It's not gonna be that much different, you know. So you might have more timeouts.
Yeah, any extra pressure would be whatever you put on yourself.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But it's not going to look or feel any different.
Could you imagine though, like, you know what I'm saying, once we do blow up eventually, because I know it's gonna happen, like when we're able to get to these games and stuff like that, could you imagine going back and forth between Miami and LA?
That's what I'm saying though. That's what is missing though, you know, getting on the plane, then you land in the other city. Now everybody's wearing the other color, you know, how the difference, like that is yeah, but that's the thing. When we get back on the road, when we're doing this full time, yeah, we'll have to be on the road like that.
Absolutely, it's gonna be super dope. It's pretty cool too. I'm happy, honestly. I think it's gonna be a great game, great series, regardless of which way it goes.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see Rondo playing the way he's playing. And honestly, I mentioned this to A-Dub too. Like, if we were gonna get there, I didn't want to play the Nuggets. Like, if we're gonna get there, I want to beat LeBron James. Like, period, point blank, period. Like, if we take him out, this will be my favorite title we've ever won. And that's even more so than Dwayne Wade's first title. So they've got multiple players who can bring the ball up. We have a bunch of players who can bring the ball up too. So I think it's gonna be good, man. I can't wait. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Even more so than the comeback 3-pointer against the Spurs?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
That's good stuff, man.
We had already won 2.
I love how Pat Riley is there too. I love that. And if you watch after every game, they look up and they be like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? Give him like his thing." That's like so respect. I think Pat Riley, we don't understand how historic he is. Like they did a thing today that he's gonna win. If he wins, he'll win like what 4 decades. I think it'll be
4 decades.
I know he played. So he played. He coached with the Knicks and the Lakers, and then he went to the Heat. Coach, you know what I'm saying? Now he's with him again. He's a president, whatever. So it's like, man, Pat Riley is that dude. I love the slick back too. He like a cross. I love that, man.
It's the Godfather, man.
He got some bodies on his record, you know.
He do. I swear.
Allegedly.
Hey, another one that's playing in different decades is Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem played in the 2000s.
Oh, yeah. I love UD, but we don't want to talk about him. He ain't playing.
Late 90s. They play like real late 90s.
You gotta play.
UD taking a roster spot. I love him.
Yeah, he got play.
He an OG.
But I'm gonna ask you though, Shriz, why are they not playing Leonard? Like Leonard can still go.
He can still go. It's just. I think right now it's just rotationally.
Yeah,
it's just how it's going, and like offensively, like he's not. He makes a lot of bonehead mistakes. Yeah, honestly,
but how would you feel though if you him and I'm saying he chilling and everything, but this is the finals. Like, coach, you can't put me in a little bit.
A little bit? I know what you mean.
Come on, man. Like, I understand you trying to be that. No.
And honestly,
because he started some games before COVID, right?
No, he did, and then that's when Kelly Olynyk kind of took a back seat for a little bit. But now we brought him back in because he can shoot the 3 so well. So I'm with you. I think we're gonna need him. We need bigger bodies, man. Myles Leonard is a big body, so we need to put some people who can come and just foul AD and just.
That's what I'm saying. I would use all my big dude just to punish him. Like, use your 6 fouls, man.
I'm telling you,
not dirty, but those rough fouls, like get their rhythm off, hit his hands, bump him a little bit.
Exactly. We got to be in our bag for sure. Like, we got to be in our bag for sure because this is not gonna be easy.
Hey, if you was him, would you want to play, or would you be a cheerleader? Like, how would you feel?
I would want to play, but
I
wouldn't want to play for charity though, and I wouldn't want to play just because it's garbage time. Like, I'd want to
not garbage. No, yeah. I understand. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, Spros, I just set myself in.
Just letting them know.
I would just put myself in.
I can still, I got something for that. Let me do this. Let me do that.
Because I'm a little weird right there. I'll set myself in. What they gonna do? Like, oh, you ain't put me in? Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll set myself in. I'll go in the game.
Yeah, we're gonna see things different. Like Anthony just said, Dwight Howard's gonna get their bigs are gonna get a lot of play. You know what I mean? We're just not that big. Bam is literally our biggest asset, and even then, he's more athletically big than he is like a big body. Like, he's still a slender kind of big.
Is his wrist okay?
Oh yeah, do you see the game he put up in Game 6?
Oh, that one game since he hurt his hand.
It was Game 5 he hurt his hand. In Game 6 he came back and just killed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just there, Spoelstra got to watch The Last Dance and have some of that tactic that they had against Michael Jordan.
Have AD or their pizza send it to his room.
You might have to check back with this.
Anytime he drives, you got to hit him.
He might. He got 7. He might.
the Lakers.
Oh, he do. The Spurs and Rockets. You're right, Eric. You're right.
Yeah.
But we should say superstar because he just on there. He wouldn't know.
he was just
maybe LeBron has like another caveat in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but you're right, Eric. I forgot about Robert Ory, man, and that's Big Shot Bob.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He comes in when it matters most.
He got what, 7 rings?
7 rings.
He got 2 with the Rockets. He got 3 with the and then 2 with the Spurs, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Dang, that's crazy.
I know. That's insane. He's a Finals MVP.
Oh man, okay. Well, so I don't know. I think, do you guys feel ready though so tomorrow night is tip off. So obviously we'll be watching this closely. But anything else we want to? Oh well, Doc Rivers. We didn't talk about Doc Rivers.
Oh yeah. I'm talk about that.
Y'all shocked? Were y'all shocked?
No, I honestly remember when they had said that they were like, we're gonna stick around with Doc. Doc will be back next year. I was like, y'all lying. I was like, whether Doc calls it quits or y'all calls it quits, he ain't sticking around. He going to the Rockets.
I was shocked because
I would love him at the Rockets. I would love him at the Rockets.
No, he don't want to go to Rockets because the way they play, they can't just stop that. You know what I'm saying? Play something different. That's not gonna happen. That's the only reason he can't go to Rockets. But the reason I was shocked is because was he like the president or something with the Clippers too? He wasn't the head coach.
Yeah, he was. He played 2 roles there. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for COVID, then I would say or fire him. But it's a bubble. Like I was like, give him one more shot with them. You know, see how it goes. But his coaching down the stretch is like he didn't do good coaching, so that could be. So, but I don't know the Rockets. I would like to see him. I would like to see him with the Pelicans. Honestly, that young team.
I think Eric might be actually right too. He might actually go to Philadelphia. I think that probably be a way better fit for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, my pops was telling me that apparently the Pelicans and the Sixers are the two that are kind of going after him. Apparently.
And with he's got a former player with he's got several former players because they had that trade with the Clippers and the Sixers.
True.
I know one thing. He should say something crazy to Kawhi and Paul George too. That's their fault.
Listen, and you know what? You bring up a good point, Marcus. I don't think he should have been fired off of Paul George's soft ass playing.
Yeah,
but
over and over and over. Like Paul George is soft.
I did hear a stat though. I mean, he's been there 7 years and he only has 3 playoff series wins. Like, I was
look at the Warriors though. That's not his fault. That's 4 years right there.
Well, then get a better
beat the Warriors.
I mean,
but they never
or something.
But did they ever play the Warriors? I don't think they ever even played the Warriors. And like all those years.
They weren't gonna beat them.
No.
I'm saying get past the second round. Get into the second round.
Yeah. They never got a chance to even play the Warriors.
I just think it's one of those things too. The voice after a while, it just gets old. Not necessarily his voice, even though his voice is scratchy.
He's annoying. Yeah.
But any noise after so long, and he already had 2 regimes. He had Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan. And then that didn't work. Then they gave him another fully loaded roster with this one, and that didn't work either. So,
but this to me, this is his. After the Celtics, this is on his only loaded roster. You got to think about it. When he had Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, they couldn't shoot free throws. So the 4th quarter, we gonna follow them, and we gonna win the game. You had Paul. All you had is Chris Paul. Think about it, superstar wise.
I'm just saying he had 2 good cores of teams that at least that they were selling to us that were contenders potentially. And he never did anything.
I don't think Doc had that team. You know, like he had a nice team with the Celtics. So I don't think the Clippers was that team. It was cool for he had. So I'm kind of happy he gone because the Clippers, they're just not going to win. It's just not going to happen.
I agree. I think it's for the best all around, though. You know.
Yeah.
Seattle.
I think the Pelicans will be good. I like seeing with the Pelicans. I think he get those guys fired up and going.
It's going to be interesting to see the roster moves now for the Clippers. Like, what are they going to do in the offseason? You no longer have
the only one leaving.
Who are you putting there?
Trez the only one gonna leave. That's all. They're gonna ask somebody else. Trez gone. He's the only one gonna leave. Watch. And then what's gonna stay there? What's my name? Ty Lue. He gonna be the coach next year. You know, so they'll be all right.
So they're gonna run it back, basically.
Yeah, I think. I'm saying who else they gonna like? They can't lose somebody else really because Kawhi and Paul and Lou, he ain't going nowhere. I think Trey's only leaving because he can do more somewhere else. He stayed in there. He's gonna always be that okay 6-man. No, he need to go somewhere he could be a star. So that's why I think he's gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? And he don't get paid too. So
no, I agree. I think he'll be out, but I'm saying they might take Paul George and try to package him for something. I don't know.
Yeah, because they gave a lot for him, and he inside of the backboards.
Send him back to somewhere like Indiana or something like that, to where that it's no stress.
Who's that with hair? I know the boys got no long hair.
That's one of my best friends, Kiara Gray. She's a loyal Packers fan. So
well, she might as well show her face. She might as well come on. We already seen you running, so you might as well come to the camera now.
We saw her bunny hop. I'm like, it's cool. I'll turn the camera off as you go by, so to be a damn clown. She bunny hops around.
God is
She lives in Dallas and is a Packers fan. What kind of crap?
That doesn't make
all day.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing. Next time you in jam-packed traffic and it's really rough, I hope you get diarrhea. How about that? Cheesehead. You cheesehead.
She gonna leave.
I didn't hear what she said. You gotta repeat it, Myra.
No, we're not repeating that.
I don't speak cheesehead.
Wow, a whole lot mess. All right, Doc Rivers, Delonte West. So let's talk about Delonte West.
Oh man, yeah.
That was interesting. Mark Cuban's a real one. He's mostly been a pretty solid dude. I like that dude a lot. And so there was a picture of him or whatever. I guess he's helping him out, and
that's cool. But I don't like how they kept on saying Mark Cuban.
It's not. And the thing is, it didn't look like he was trying to do it like on that type of level.
I know he wasn't, but he just he just like I always say an NBA source helps him. You know what I'm saying? Leave it like that. Because now when he comes back, they're going, "Oh, Mark Cuban did this for him. Like Mark Cuban did that."
I agree.
I'm happy for him though. I'm happy he's gonna do a recovery because he needs it, man. Like he was an NBA player, and he was on a good team. He wasn't a bad player. He was great in college for St. John's. So I'm happy he's gonna be okay, man. I just pray that it goes through and he'd be successful. But
yeah,
that's rough to be like that big and be on the streets, man. That's like wow.
So they just reported a couple minutes ago, of course, on social media that he was reunited in Dallas with his mother before he checked into rehab. So he has officially checked into a rehab center in Florida. So that's positive. It's hard to see somebody who is at that stature, be homeless. And I 100% agree with what was talked about. Like, when he was in the league, he was helping out family, he's helping out, people around him. So it's always hard to see somebody go that low when he's helped out so many people around him. So same thing that you mentioned, Marcus, prayers out to him. I hope rehab goes well. I hope he's able to recover and just turn his life back around.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to lighten the mood up a little bit. But I think LeBron has something to do with that because
his mom.
y'all know what that is. So Eric said the same thing. Yeah, so Eric, we know. Eric, we know because we normally hear LeBron say something like, "Oh yeah, we praying for him, man." If I was a reporter, I'd be like, "Hey, LeBron, what you think about the Delonte West? How he's doing?" Just see his and faces don't lie. You look at straight in his face and like, oh yeah, he had something. Got one of them goons that got him. But I don't think LeBron would do that. But I just,
LeBron is like no comment.
Right.
But last thing I'm gonna say, NBA talk. I would like to see Sam Cassell as a Rockets head coach. That's why I didn't want Doc to go over. I want Sam Cassell to go over.
That would be dope. I think that would be cool.
Cool. He'd be coming home. But yeah, so just to tie up the coaching carousel, the Pelicans, Sixers, Rockets, OKC, and now the Clippers are still looking for their head coaches. So we will keep that updated as the summer goes. Not the summer, but the NBA.
We know you mean, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get it popping. Let's get it moving here.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
Yeah.
All right, other sports. Let's go ahead and get hockey out of the way. The Tampa Bay Lightning did win the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
They took out the Dallas Stars 4-2. That sucks. I was rooting for the Stars. I know, Marcus. I know that's your squad. But Tampa Bay was good. They were a good squad. But I'm already ready for next year. Hopefully the Avalanche are back up in there.
How they do their season? Are they gonna wait or they'll come right back? How are they gonna do since they had to stop? Do you know?
I don't know what their plan is yet because they would normally already be kind of starting right now. They start basically the same time as NBA. So
okay, did they do a bubble or no?
They did the bubble for the playoffs.
Playoffs. Okay.
Yeah. So they had Toronto and Edmonton where the Stanley Cup Finals were, but we'll see if they try to go back to something different now that there'll be a full season, the start of a new season. So I don't know. The MLB playoffs started today.
Yeah.
Already, we got the American leagues going. The Blue Jays lost to the Tampa Bay Rays. The Astros beat the Twins. The White Sox beat the A's, and then the Yankees are beating the Indians right now, 12-2. So it looks like that's how that'll end.
Are these games one game? Or are these like playoff series?
So no, they're series, but they're best of three.
Oh, okay.
The first round is shorter, so
yeah.
So hopefully,
so you guys still picking Yankees, Dodgers, or you gotta change your mind for the World Series?
I
know y'all saying that.
feel good about the Dodgers. The Yankees are a little bit more suspect. Well, they kind of were down the stretch.
Okay,
but they're in now.
Yeah, they went on a slump.
So
0-0.
Right, that's what I think. So I kind of got to stick with it. Both of my teams that I picked at the beginning of the year, they're in the playoffs. So I'm gonna just roll with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. My Cubs are in it. They play tomorrow. They're going against the Marlins. I still don't think we've even decided who's going to pitch first game. I think it'll be Darvish, but we'll see.
It's got to be, dude.
Yeah, most definitely.
It'll be cool to see him come back
strong
again, you know?
For sure. Start strong. He's been our best pitcher all year. That's for sure, easily, hands down. But we'll see, man. I agree. I want the Cubs to get there, but I'm still kind of gearing towards Yankees, Dodgers. I think that's where it'll end up. Like I said, playoff started 0-0. But we'll see, man. A lot of teams that are in the playoffs, I didn't think were going to be here. So,
it's pretty
interesting.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. I think so.
So if the Astros go, since we doing this bubble thing or like this, it's not like nobody gonna be there. There's no fan thing. Can we go to the World Series, or we can't go? Like,
why not?
I'm saying, would it be like, oh, they cheated again to get there? Is this still possible to say that?
If they're banging trash cans, we can hear it now because ain't people there.
No,
exactly.
No, they would be fine.
You think? I'm not saying for us. I'm just saying for like the world. Like, would they be like, no, I shouldn't even be in there? You know. So
I mean, I think
I'm gonna give them scrutiny. Like they just came off of that year. Everybody's.
But the thing is, the fans might, but I wouldn't mind that because fans, we need to get a taste of reality every once in a while. Like what happened. You know, we need to get over it. Like we got to move on. So if the Astros came back and competed and won this year, maybe it would leave a bad taste in some people's mouth. But hey, we're out competing.
And we already know they didn't. We already know they're not going to do the same thing they did this year, last year. They're not going to take that risk again. And on top of that, let's not. Even when they did win it, you know, regardless of how they won, let's not act like the Astros weren't a good team. You know, and they're still a good baseball team.
Well, one thing that's also slick about the bubble that the MLB is not really talking about is they now control the venue. There is no home field. There is no, you know, getting something set up the way you like it at home because no one's at home. So.
For sure. Like I said, maybe a bad taste in some fans' mouths, but, you know what I mean? How many times has the Patriots cheated? They still keep constantly going back and, you know what I'm saying, getting things done. So it is what it is.
True. All right. But that's –
I saw Cam Newton do the little slide in the bleacher.
Oh, yeah.
Strizzy.
Yeah, I put that little video together just because I thought it was hilarious.
He said the Patriots keep giving back, and they've been cheating. Cam Newton.
That was pretty funny, though. I like that. I don't know, though. Okay, what else for other sports? College football?
Oh, yeah.
College football.
I can't wait till you lost.
I cannot.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Sooner.
We were smashing, too.
Is that K-State good, or it just happened?
So, dude, so here's the thing, man. I don't know what it is. they play us well every single year.
Oh.
But they have no business being in games like that with us. But dog, I worry about this game every year. I worry every year because I'm like, we always have to like come back and win, or they come back and make it a game. We go into overtime. We have to win in overtime. I don't know what it is, dog. K-State just plays us so well, and we were beating them. Like we were killing them in the first 7. We let them come back somehow. We were the Falcons. We all said we were the Falcons.
Oh, that hurts.
They are who we thought they were. I don't know what it is, dog.
If there's any Falcon fans out there, we apologize for what he just said.
Right. I'm not apologizing, bump then you'll see what it is.
Yeah. We can't lose no viewers, man. Come on, man. We apologize.
It's
we gonna mute him. Don't listen to what he just said. We apologize.
It's all love in sports.
It's early.
It's all love in sports, you know what I'm saying? But for real though, like it was tough, man. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Georgia was gonna end up getting taken out too. They started off really slow, but second half came around, they tore it up. So I was a little worried.
It was a weird score at the beginning. And honestly, so we got problems at quarterback. Juwan Mathis got the start, and everybody's like, yeah, this dude better than Jamie Newman and all this stuff. He came out there. He looked a little bit out of his comfort zone for sure.
Pressure.
He looked a little shaky, coming through everything he's been through. And then they put out their Stetson Bennett, which is a guy that had left and come back now. He's like the third quarterback. And when I saw him go out there, I was honestly like, man, we're in trouble. Like, this is bad. But he just piloted the offense. He just was a game manager and got it done and got the ball to some of our weapons. And we ended up winning the game pretty handily. But I am nervous. Alabama's only a couple weeks away, so we'll see what happens.
It looked pretty good.
Alabama looked pretty good. Yeah, they look like they're still ferocious, and they still.
Who's that quarterback?
Mac Jones.
So Tua brother didn't get the start.
He actually transferred out.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember where he went, but he actually transferred out. So I don't know. We'll see what's up, but I think Juwan Mathis. We play Auburn next week, which is nothing easy either. So we got to get right back to it. But I think Mathis will probably get the start again. And they'll leave him out there just to see if he does a little bit better, knowing they can go to this guy as like the reliever. So we'll see.
I just got an update that the Ace and Storm are going to be in the WNBA Finals.
Oh, the Aces did win tonight? Okay, that game was going back and forth. That was game 5.
They won by 3.
All right, shout out to our Girl Chat Sport friends for sure, because they were rooting for the Aces of Vegas. So,
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I just can't watch it. I can't watch WNBA. I support them, and they need me to wear a shirt or something. I'll do that. But watching it,
look at the orange hoodies.
Yeah, it's just hard to watch. I don't know, man. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I just I watched it with my Houston Comets 1-4 straight. I didn't miss a game, but it's just kind of hard to watch it. I don't know.
I think that like ESPN and them, they don't do a good job of broadcasting it either, like really helping us get into it. Going to see it live is really cool. And then now maybe try one of these finals games, because this is when it means the most,
what would be super cool if they got like former NBA players to be like analysts for the WNBA. I think just that commentary by itself would definitely pull people in. Like if you had Dwayne Wade commentate on the game,
not Dwayne Wade.
I was gonna say though, you can get somebody like, I'm sure Richard Jefferson's or somebody like that.
I don't like Richard Jefferson. I like Richard. I don't like Dwayne Wade's the commentator, Chris Webber's and Reggie Miller. Those three can stop talking.
Are you ready for your close-up, Jordan? Dude,
I just don't like them.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but honestly, I don't really like Mark Jackson and the smaller Van Gundy either. I don't like none of these commentators.
It just sometimes like when we watching basketball, I talk about basketball. They talk about stories and stuff. We don't want to hear y'all like after the break talk.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
Like, oh, it's a 3-point game. Like, yeah, describe the game.
Yeah, it's like the structure. It should give you the ability to you choose who you want to listen to during the games. Even primetime game, we should be able to choose who we want to listen to. Even like the home team or the away team or something like that. Let's me choose. Because when I hear them, I don't want to listen to them. Like it's irritating. Right. I watch it on mute sometimes, man.
I feel like some just aren't built for it. Like they just
they're just forced to do it.
And they just give them a job because of their name.
Right, but because they want to be like halfway celebrities themselves. Like we're not here for you. We're here to But I would like to it's like sometimes like the radio. I would pick the radio announcers every time because they just describe it since you can't.
Yeah, you feel like you there.
Right.
They say from a 22 feet or something like that. They from a free throw line. Like, they talk details. Like I want to see it.
Yeah,
but them guys and another dude too. Last night, what's the black gentleman who did Monday Night Football? He used to play football.
Oh, dang, I just blanked on his name, but I'll get it for you right now.
Terrible commentator. Like I would listen to Jason Witten.
I told you, Booger McFarland. I told you, everybody, we're gonna miss Booger this year. Everybody's talking all this stuff about Booger. These guys are terrible.
About football. That guy, after every snap, he said a story about the player. Like, we don't care, you know him. Like, we want to know about the football. Like, what happened just now?
I know.
I talked to him last night doing it. We were talking about his mom and dad. What happened? What play did he just do? You talk about the play. We don't care about this other stuff. Like you name dropping. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
Louis really.
Talk about commentating. Commentating sports in Spanish is so much more exciting than the commentators. The commentators in Spanish be so lit. Like they be so lit. You name it. Touchdowns, field goals, 3-point shots, slam dunks, they be on fire. Like sometimes I just like to hear it in Spanish because they are off the chain. The Spanish commentators be off the chain.
And Eric, quit calling me out, man.
Right. I was actually gonna bring that up too once you got done talking about like baseball and stuff like that. Adesanya, last style bender, ended up smacking Costa in the face. Loved it, absolutely loved it.
Dude, the way he did his legs, God,
he was killing his leg. But you know what though? Costa deserved it, man. He was talking so much stuff. He was creating skits on Instagram. So he was doing the most, and like
it did seem like they made him do it though. You could tell he didn't want to do it. Like you could tell they forced him to do that.
He's trying to play the bad guy.
Adesanya, man. Adesanya's a force dog.
I never been kicking my leg before, but looking at his leg, like I'm like he can't even do nothing now. Like the commentator, like his leg is done. Like he was like it's done. I don't think he supposed to say that though. He like his leg is done. Like the fight is pretty much over. Right. I was looking like so. You got me watching UFC fight. I never thought I'd be watching this stuff, but y'all got me watching. So these last two fights I watched, I'm like the way they kick people. I'm like that's like, but don't it hurt the person who kicking too though?
It does hurt a little bit. It depends on where you hit. Depends on where you hit and how you hit. Like,
remember that Anderson Silva fight though? He tried to leg kick like that and he broke his leg.
He broke it because he initiated that.
Right.
Oh,
he was trying to kick the shin, and his leg snapped over this dude's shin. Basically,
it wrapped around his leg too. It was so bad.
So you're doing damage.
Milk.
For real.
But I was just watching that, like I was like, because man, I just like I couldn't believe that. So would he fight like what's the guy who fought last time? The ponytail. He wasn't supposed to fight, but he fought anyway. Remember? Remember he lost to the other black gentleman, but
he lost to Usman. Damn it, I'm trying to blank, but I know who you're talking about.
Well, I'm asking, can those two dudes, the black guy and this guy just won, can they fight each other, or are they in different weight class?
Believe they're in different weight classes, but it doesn't mean that one can't lose a little bit of weight because Usman, as big as he is, he's still not that much far from Adesanya's fight class because he's not very tall, so he's built. But like, it wouldn't take too much for him to drop some of that weight, or for Adesanya to gain some of it. But I don't know. Adesanya is a beast, though.
What was he talking about when he said the 80-20 thing? He was saying some people were scared to do it. It should make it 90. Well, do you remember he did his his post-game fight. He was talking to Dana, and he was like they should change it from 80-20 to 90 something. Did you see that part?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
I was trying to figure out what was he talking about then, because he was real serious about it when he said that. So I know maybe 20% probably he was talking about getting weight or whatever like that. He said they can kind of back out. They can back out at a certain time or something like that. I have to look it up. I was just trying to figure out because he said people kept on dodging them and stuff. But he said if you make it this way, they can't say they can't make the weight. They can fight pretty much.
I wonder if they're talking about almost like doing it like at a catch weight, or doing it where you know there's a wider range around the weight you have to be at to be considered.
Yeah, he kept on saying people kept on saying they can't get the weight, but then they can't fight. You know what I'm saying? But he said they can fight, so they can go ahead and get him in, something like that. Gotcha. But he haven't lost. Like, yeah, that's crazy though. I'm like, dang, he's undefeated too.
For sure, Masvidal.
Yeah.
That's the other fighter. I was like, it's like tip of my tongue. But yeah, man, honestly, I don't know. He's going to be a great fighter. He's undefeated. He reminds me, who were we just talking about a second ago? Out Silva. He might be so much of Anderson Silva. And I think he'll be just as great, honestly. So we'll see, man. He's a beast.
For sure. All right. I think that's all we have for other sports, though.
Other sports.
Yeah.
So I think it's time for you can deal with this or you can deal with that. From my
definitely be a good intro song for this.
We're gonna put that on the.
Yeah, we should do that.
Get a bunch of clips of you. We'll just put it together over that music.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But you got to do a track so it won't get in trouble.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do it over that, and then we'll redo the beat. We're still gonna redo the beat for the intro too.
Definitely.
They still tripping on that?
Well, yeah, but the only good thing about it, I don't know if I should be. The only good thing about it is it's only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's only 30 seconds, 27 seconds. So
okay.
We can fix that.
Okay.
What up? No shirt gang back in the building.
Hey, okay. I'm sick of this. I gotta do it now.
For real.
They really don't have no views after that, boy. They're like, I ain't ever going back on that again.
All right. It's kind of interesting because Strizzy touched on this earlier, and I always plan out my this or that's before our shows. And Strizzy said this earlier, and I was like, oh. So my question was this or that. Who is the purest athlete on the planet right now? LeBron James or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Who's the second person? Who is that?
Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player.
Oh, he ain't close to LeBron. Ooh. LeBron can play free safety right now. Ronaldo can't do that. So that's the difference. Like, yeah, he can play safety. He can play receiver right now. I don't think he can go out there and do that. So
imagine a 6'8" free safety.
Yeah, he can pick. He's gonna be picking everything off.
That's a.
But I'm saying athlete wise, I don't think Ronaldo can play football.
No, yeah, I think LeBron is just like yeah.
Yeah, he's a monster. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's LeBron for me too. But man, have you seen? I'm about to take one out of Eric's page. Have you seen Cristiano's legs though? Pause. But no, for real, dude's legs are like he'll take your head off. Like
he can jump. He get up there.
He can definitely jump too. But yeah,
homeboy athlete. She said purist. You use that word. So
definitely.
Both of them are fit as can be. Both of them, as far as that goes. But yeah, as far as athlete though, LeBron's just
for sure. If we talk about who can run longer, it's probably definitely Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who can run longer?
I don't know. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, probably. But no, they're definitely both like world class athletes.
Yeah, LeBron's just a freaking nature.
Another whole nother level of that too.
Yeah,
I have a this or that for Mariah since she was giving us one. You had a choice to get your nails done or your feet done for the rest of your life. Which one would it be?
My feet.
Really?
Absolutely.
How would be your hands?
But wait, so can she do it herself though?
It don't matter. But I'm just saying you have to choose either one or the other. You can't get both. You got to choose one or the other.
Yeah, feet are disgusting. I hate feet. I'm not a feet person at all. Like if feet are near me, I'm like, ew, gross. If people are wearing sandals, I'm looking at their feet like, ew, like you should not wear sandals if your feet look like that.
Okay.
If I had an option, I would get my feet done over my nails because like my real nails are nice. I just like to have them decked out like always. But
I was just thinking because say you go somewhere on a date or a job interview, someone they gonna really see your hands before they see your feet. So that's all I want to know.
But I live in sunny South Texas where I always wear open toe heels. So like, ew, ugly feet and open toe.
But no, we didn't. No, we didn't. That wasn't a question. We didn't say you're gonna be ugly.
I get it. But
just like you wear your nails regular, you can wear your feet regular too. I just want to know I thought you would say your hands, but
no,
that's good to say.
Feet.
You know what's funny though? I was thinking that Myra's stalker gonna be creeping back out with this conversation.
Oh, my bad.
He gonna pop in like Tyrone for my videos.
Did somebody say feet?
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to know. That's in the brain.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing around, man. That was too funny. Oh man. Okay, but Myra, did you say LeBron or Cristiano?
Thank you. You said feet. For real. Y'all, please don't tell me y'all don't look at women's feet when they wear open toe shoes.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the first thing I look at. Just like boomerang. Like you gotta look at the feet.
100%.
I look at you different. You could be fine, but your feet look jacked up. You got your points level go down real fast.
100%. 100%. Yo, I've seen some nasty feet in life. Like nasty. So no, feet.
All right. So Myra, did you answer the LeBron Cristiano?
I would say LeBron as well. I agree with you all. He is a freak of nature. The fact that he is 6'8" and can run through the lane the way he does and just clear space is absolutely crazy. Marcus said free safety. I would put him as a tight end. Like LeBron could literally play tight end right now. And from what we've heard of stories of him in high school, he was a beast at football as well. It would be crazy. We saw the whole storylines of the Cleveland Browns saying, LeBron can come strap up for the Cleveland Browns. So definitely, I love soccer. I love Ronaldo. But if we're talking about purest athlete, I'm going to agree with LeBron James.
Well, I'm a defensive guy. I think defense for offense. And I don't think he'll play tight end. I think he'll play receiver. I don't think he's going to be trying to block and all that and then put in 3-point stands. He ain't doing that. He's going to be 2-point stands.
But he could be a Jason Witten and be like a key target.
No, he's not getting 3-point stands. I'm just telling you, LeBron ain't doing that. All he's going to do is say, throw me the ball. I can't see him doing it. I can see him doing this. You know how they the referee, they point at the referee. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm on the line.
I can't see him going 3-point stands. Like, nah.
Oh man. All right. Well, okay, I think that's it for this or that then.
Yes, sir.
We'll have to keep we'll get that intro together for you, Myra.
Oh, that's so good.
This week.
Eric's got a quick this or that. Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders. I go Bo.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. We know
Bo Jackson was the athlete, like the guy.
Yeah, he was the first LeBron James in my opinion, so I'm going Bo.
I'm going Deion all day. That's not even a question for me.
Flash.
I like the flash. You know what I'm saying? Prime time.
That's a really good question, honestly. That's a really good question.
That's a great one. And the reason why I'm going Deion because Deion in his position, he's the greatest cornerback ever. There'll never be a cornerback like him. So, but running back, you can say Barry Sanders, you can say Inman, you know what I'm saying? Bo didn't finish his career, so you can go either way. But
what about a running back like Bo Jackson that'll run over you, and then he'll get on the plane and he'll go hit a home run,
right?
In the bottom of the ninth, too.
Would Deion play baseball
too? Dang, that's true.
Bo Jackson, though.
Dang, brother,
he played Super Bowl and he played in the World Series at the same time.
That's true. That's fire. But I still,
I'm taking prime. Because defense, he's hit a whole island.
Never let you down.
You're not throwing it his side. You know what I'm saying? He got the hardware too. So
I liked Deion Sanders' swag.
Yeah.
Everything. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. So
you haven't wear it yet. I don't know. I should have kept my stuff, but it's all good.
Sir, I have worn it. And I even cut it and made it into a crop top, so it'll look dope on me.
52 weeks on here, and we have not seen it once. So
it's about to be chillier. I will pull it out. I will pull out my pretty.
I think I'm closer to a Bo Jackson type of person, I guess.
I was about to say, that's your personality. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not like flashy. Yeah.
Well,
I'm surprised you picked. He's an Auburn dude too. Like he a War Eagle.
I know, but you can't deny. But he's a Royal too, Kansas City Royal too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. But Tracy, did you say?
Yeah, I said Bo as well.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, man. Like it's
But the thing is, too, we too young. We didn't see Bo Jackson play football. We seen highlights. We seen Deion play. Deion was a Cowboy. Like,
well, I know that's true. He was a Falcon, then a 49er, then a Cowboy, and he seemed to follow.
And he went to Washington, and he went to Ravens.
That's true. We did see him at the end too.
But I'm saying we watched him in his prime when he was prime. I don't remember seeing Bo Jackson play. I think we were born, but I don't think we was like, oh, go Bo.
Really watching like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a tough one though. That's a good
one. You can't go wrong with either one of them.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
I still have it. I still got it. He's unstoppable. Zigzags. Bo,
he was unstoppable in there. Maybe that's adding to the legend too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. So all right. Well, we'll move on to final say. I guess. Oh, let's shout out my guest real quick. This is for y'all right here. I don't know if y'all saw.
Oh,
this is my guy. This guy I know personally was not involved in the cheating scandal. Orbit, and I got him when I went down to Houston. So I figured I'd bring him out to y'all since they made the playoffs and since they got a win. So
we love it. We love it, A-Dub.
He was pretty cool actually when I went to the stadium. He was pretty dope.
Eric, Eric, how old are you, Eric?
He's an elder brother, Eric. A little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. Not too much, but you know, a couple of years can make a difference in some of those cases. But yeah, so I think for final say, I will just say we appreciate everybody rocking with us as always.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow starts off a big NBA Finals for Strizzy and I. That's going to be really fun. Really excited to see.
I won't be texting so much during the game. I'm leave y'all alone and let y'all focus.
Yeah, you know how I do. Sometimes I'll be MIA on my stuff. I
know.
So, but that'll be cool. We'll be back with you guys on Thursday for our pick show. We'll do all of our picks for week 4. So I'm gonna try to do better this time. We gotta knock my boy. Let me get 2. We gotta knock him out of this spot. We can't let him just run away with this thing. So we'll be back. That's my boy Anthony Walls.
He's winning.
He won this week and he won week 1.
Oh, I thought that was in the lead.
Huh?
I thought Pops was in the lead.
Pops won last week, but he kind of lost pace a little bit this week. So now
I did terrible, man.
Yeah, that's real talk. If Eric was the one at the Heat game, I didn't know he was 41.
He said 41, but I looked 30.
That's real. That's real. Black don't crack, baby. You know what it is, man.
Especially when my brother gets a fade. Handsome brother, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. That's you know what I'm saying. That's brother Eric. Yeah,
for sure. Yo, I'm gonna try to bring you some because I'll see you tomorrow at work when we go in. I'm gonna bring some of those Slac stickers that I purchased. So I got a whole bunch. I got some holographic stickers and the regular cutout. So I'll bring those. I'll bring those as well.
Y'all back in the office? What's going on with that, man?
Actually, going back to the office tomorrow just for a special little thing got to handle, and that'll be my first time back in the office in like
mask up, man.
We got all the protocols and stuff like that. Even when we were going back at the beginning, we had the temperature protocols and stuff like that. So we work for a hospital, so they're gonna take care of us, hopefully.
For sure.
But yeah, so we'll kind of test the waters tomorrow. But I will see Brother Strizzy. That'll be cool, man. I haven't seen my boy in a minute, so
for sure.
I almost called you, Strizzy, but we'll talk offline while I was gonna call you.
Okay. All right.
The Slack. See, this is one thing we're gonna when we start a Patreon for Patreon members, they're gonna get to come into the after show with us and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
OG Slack. You know what I'm saying? So
Slack after dark. Know what I'm saying?
But next time we're here for our big show, show 58, that will probably be a Slack Express because I think Game 4 is actually next Tuesday. Yeah. So we'll either do a Slack Express at our normal time, or we'll do an hour earlier leading up to the game. We'll see. What
we should do. We should do a pre-recording. That way you could just
let it go.
Can you do that?
I think we could do that. I know on YouTube you can do where you premiere a video where you do it and it starts at a certain time, and you can do live chat and everything like that. So we'll see something like that.
We love the interaction with our people. So
right, that's it. So we do like an hour, like a leading up to game time. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely, you know what I'm saying, I got to be focused on that. And thank you, Brother Eric. We appreciate you for sure.
For sure. I'm gonna have to come through. Unfortunately, I can't come through tomorrow, but we're gonna have to watch at least 1 or 2 of these games together. That's 100. So I'm gonna holler at you. We'll definitely get together because I'm gonna come and chill with you and Pops for a little bit and talk this mess. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate that.
Yeah. And thank you, Angela, for hanging in with us. We'll see you Thursday for the picks for sure.
And Angela, really quick on the TikTok live, thanks for the gifts. I appreciate the gifts that you threw to your boys. So I appreciate that 100%.
Did you say gifts or gifts?
Gifts.
GIFS?
No, yeah, like GIFTS gifts.
Oh, okay. That you okay.
Yeah. Basically, it's kind of like when you like stream and you like people can like give you
like
money, like they pay you essentially. So yeah, so I appreciate that.
Hey, that's what's up. We're gonna have to have a ring a bell or something like that for that. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
On the screen. Yeah, appreciate that. But all right then, that's it. Say Like a Champ, episode 57. I am A-Dub.
It's your boys, Strizzy, guys and girls.
Myra May.
And it's Taco Tuesday.